Hi everyone, my name is Mulder and welcome to our Desperados 3 Gameplay Tips and Tricks Part 2. In this Desperados 3 Gameplay Tips and Tricks video, we will go over how to succeed in the final two missions of Chapter 1. The OHara Ranch, where you'll be playing as Doc McCoy and Hector Mendoza, and the final mission, which will be Eagle Falls, where you'll play as both Doc McCoy, Kate O'Hara, John Cooper, and later on Hector Mendoza when he joins up for the fight. We'll show you some of the ways how you can get stealth kills and also tackle these missions in quick fashion. All that and more straight ahead. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. There will be some minor spoilers ahead, so just be aware. Now without further ado, let's dive into our Desperados 3 Gameplay Tips and Tricks Part 2 video.
You think you can do better than Mr. Hector?
Like I'm gonna lose to a Neanderthal like that. Keep that whiskey ready.
The second to last mission in Chapter 1 will be the OHara Ranch. In this mission, your top priority is to take out a minimum of 5 enemy longcoats in order for the enemies to retreat and continue on with the story. You'll have control of Doc McCoy and Hector Mendoza as they sneak around the area to try to take out these enemies. I highly recommend that at the start of this mission, try not to use any ammunition from either Hector Mendoza or Doc McCoy's weapons. You'll need them later on at the key point of this mission. The fastest way to take out these longcoats is to light them on fire when they're stepping into a puddle of tar. The only way to light them on fire, however, is that you need to secure a bonfire area in order to do this. Use Hector Mendoza as your lead in taking down as many enemies as possible on his own. As I stated in my first video, Hector Mendoza is still, in my opinion, one of the best takedown characters in the game. Not only is he the only one who can take down enemy longcoats, but he can carry up to 2 bodies at once and hide them in quick succession before an enemy patrol comes by. Try to set up Doc McCoy advantage points across the map as soon as you can. This could be on top of water towers, cliffs, you name it. There will be some chests lying around the area for you to restock your ammunition, so keep an eye out for those as well. Try to secure the middle bonfire as soon as possible. Not only is this bonfire located in the center of the map, but it's also within proximity of the areas to where the enemy longcoats are standing in the puddle of tar. Try to use Hector Mendoza's bear trap on the pathway that you'll see characters walking around with lanterns. For whatever reason, these characters with the lanterns will not spot the bear trap on the ground. They'll walk right into it every time. Another interesting way that you can trick these enemies from stepping on the bear trap is to turn a lantern off, plant a bear trap to where when a soldier has to come back to turn the lantern back on, he'll step right on the bear trap, instantly dying. Really use Hector Mendoza as your primary guy to take down the enemies as much as possible. Doc McCoy's knockout gas comes in handy as well, especially in groups that surround the bonfires, but again, try to save his sniper pistol ammunition to the very end of the mission. Once you've secured the central bonfire area, the rest of the mission should go much smoothly. Use the rooftops of this area to try to get the drop on enemy longcoats, especially with Hector Mendoza leading the charge. You can time out your attacks much better if you use showdown at this point. You only need to take down 5 enemy longcoats to continue down the mission. However, in this case, I took out all 7 and got a bonus for completing this mission in this fashion. Now comes to the tail end of the mission and why it's best that you saved all your ammunition to this point. At this point of the mission, your job is to light on fire the enemies that are surrounding the minigun. The soldiers that are manning the minigun are heavily protected by patrols and enemy soldiers looking outwards trying to see if they can pick you up before you get any close to them. The center bonfire will be the only bonfire that will be still lit at the continuation of this mission. You will have to clear it out again with upwards of around 5 to 6 enemies that are patrolling around the bonfire. This is the opportunity where, if you've been saving your bullets, you're going to be able to take them out in no time. Lead Hector Mendoza down to the ground floor to where you'll see up to 3 enemies guarding the front of the bonfire, and there will usually be 1 to 2 enemies in the back of the bonfire as well, which Doc McCoy can take out. Use Hector Mendoza's sawed-off shotgun on the 3 enemies in the front of the bonfire, and use Doc McCoy's silent sniper rifle on 1 enemy behind the bonfire. Use showdown to pop this ability off all at the same time. Keep Hector Mendoza hidden away in the bush closest to the bonfire, and keep Doc McCoy on the roof of the building that you first had to get onto in order to continue the rest of this mission. Once you've taken out the enemies surrounding the bonfire, it's pretty much an easy cakewalk from here on out. Get Hector Mendoza to grab one of the torches and make a run towards the enemy camp. You need to use Doc McCoy to create a pathway in order for Hector Mendoza to complete this mission for you. And that's how you defeated the OHara Ranch mission. Either use the ammunition you've saved up to clear a pathway for one of your characters to throw a torch, or use up the ammunition to just wipe out all the enemies that are near their minigun.
I'm out of here. Run for your lives!
Now let's move on to the final mission of Chapter 1, which is Eagle Falls. In Eagle's Falls, you'll have control of Kate O'Hara, Doc McCoy, and John Cooper at the start of this mission. You'll get Hector Mendoza at the tail end of this mission. At the start of this mission, you're going to be using up quite a bit of ammunition to clear off enemies off the bridge. You're going to have to do this for an enemy longcoat, which unfortunately is going to set the alarm off at the beginning of the game. Once you've cleared out enemies on top of the train tracks, immediately get Kate O'Hara one of her disguises. I cannot stress this enough that Kate O'Hara is going to be the godsend of this mission for you. Her ability to not only distract enemies in any location that you wish, but also her ability to just walk through crowds and set off environmental hazards in front of enemies to where they won't notice that she's doing this until it's too late, and better yet, her lure ability, which allows her to then guide enemies away from the rest of their group in towards a bush or safe area to where one of your characters can take out this enemy quickly. I was able to clear out the entire bottom of the map thanks to Kate O'Hara. For the long coats that you're going to encounter in this game, make sure Doc McCoy has all of his sniper bullets in hand. I know it'll be tempting to use these sniper bullets for enemies that are perched up on top of containers, or say for example on top of watchtowers, but you're going to want to save these bullets for enemy long coats. Because of the silence of his sniper pistol, you can actually take down an enemy long coat when there's still enemies within the area. Try to combo this with John Cooper. For example, as you can see here, I use Kate O'Hara to distract a guard that normally looks in the direction of where this enemy long coat's going to be. I then use Doc McCoy to shoot at him, and then use John Cooper to finish him off and carry him away into a bush without anybody noticing. If I unfortunately used John Cooper's pistols, it would have sounded off the alarm and I would have been in big trouble. Really try to use Kate O'Hara's disguise and lure abilities to take your time and take out the enemies as best you can. The mission will give you an option of what objectives you'd like to go after. If for my case, I decided to go after the dynamite that was near the firing range. Because I was already able to clear out the enemies on the bottom part of the map, it made my quest a lot easier to go around the area and use environmental hazards to clear out enemies and get to the firing range a lot quicker. Once you've gathered the dynamite and placed it onto the bridge, the second part of the mission will begin. At the second part of the mission, Hank Mendoza will finally make his appearance near the train. I recommend at the start of the second part of this mission, leave Hank Mendoza in his spot for now. Try to get the rest of your team closer to his area before you move him. If you remain close to where the bridge area is, you'll find some chests around for ammunition that you'll need for your characters. Unfortunately, all the enemies that you've taken out leading up to the second part of this mission, enemy reinforcements will take their place, in which case you'll have to clear them all out again. Once again, use Kate O'Hara's disguise and lure ability to lead enemy groups of soldiers near bushes to where then you can use Doc or John Cooper to take them out. Once you've reached the train tracks, this is the time to use Hector Mendoza. Have Hector Mendoza take care of the two enemies that are closest to him when you take control of him. This should be a really easy combo of just using Kate O'Hara to distract soldiers one by one, while Hector Mendoza sneaks up behind them and finishes them off. You don't need John Cooper or Doc McCoy to jump into this area. Simply keep them hidden until all enemies near the train are dead. Once Hector Mendoza and Kate O'Hara have taken out the remaining enemies near the train, call up John Cooper and Doc McCoy, and all four of you get on the train and you're off to Chapter 2. In which case, we'll be covering in our next video for Desperados 3 Gameplay Tips and Tricks Part 3. But in the meantime, I hope you found this video helpful for you. This game is definitely going to test your patience and skill, so every little bit helps, and I hope the video helped you out as well. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. We do plenty of videos on your favorite games, such as Maneater, Minecraft Dungeons, Bleeding Edge, Overwatch, Resident Evil 3, Doom, and much more, along with new games coming out for the remainder of this year. In the meantime, keep your eyes open for our next Desperados 3 Tips and Tricks video, and I'll see you soon.
Frank, huh? I know that face. Works for the DeWitt Company now.
Hey, let me see it. That's an old picture. How long has this hunt been going?
Long enough. I'll finish it in New Orleans.
Guess we all have our troubles. Hector, it tastes amazing.
I told you so.
I think it's a bit salty.
Well, there's definitely some salt missing.
Oh, okay, it sounds like there's more left for the two of us.
Or in fact, I don't want more. It's just not properly spiced.
Shut up, McCoy.